Yeah, a much longer and protracted situation for the rest of the year, but definitely for them, much more clarity than what they're getting right now in terms of how the White House is going to approach China. So it was only 1 hour after the tariffs kicked in from both sides. That happened at 12 o'clock local time here. And then the Chinese, as you had said, Karen, issued a white paper that is a comprehensive 36,000 character paper to outline Beijing's position on the trade conflict with the U.S. And about half of the six-part white paper is focused on criticizing the U.S., what they've described as trade bullyism practices. Now, the paper also had attempted to clarify what Beijing thinks is wrong in terms of the facts, and also gave some suggestions on what they think needs to be done. So, for example, they said they would like to see talks that are based on good faith. And another development is that the government said it's going to be holding a press briefing to detail more on this white paper tomorrow morning, so really early, before your guys' shows. And the Vice Minister of Commerce is going to be attending that press event. So that's actually quite convenient for him, considering that there were a lot of people who thought he, as well as other members of the Commerce Ministry, were supposed to be instead much more focused on setting the stage for discussions between the Vice Premier Liu He and the U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin later this week in Washington. Those talks were called off over the weekend. And the President Trump had, of course, made things much more complicated for them when he decided to impose the tariffs, which were put in place today. But in addition to that uncertainty, the U.S. also had slapped China with more sanctions, but this time on military equipment for their purchases from Russia. So that incensed Beijing. Beijing called in the U.S. ambassador on Friday to protest that, and also called off other discussions that were going on about the military. So the foreign ministry had said that nothing the U.S. has done has given any impression of sincerity and goodwill. This is what they said last Friday, and said that we hope that the U.S. side would take measures to correct its mistakes. And of course, the problem for China is that the U.S. doesn't feel that it's done anything wrong. In fact, they blame China. Over the weekend on Sunday, the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, had told Fox News that it was China that was the one that started the trade war, and that the U.S. is determined to win. So, guys, a lot of American business here are worried that they could end up becoming a collateral damage. And in fact, one American businessman who I spoke to said that President Trump is killing 4 decades of a relationship. So a lot of concern over on this part.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.